Pop quiz. What's the difference between this and this? That's right, the key signature. In April of 1831, at around 20 years old, Franz Liszt got to see Niccolo Paganini give a benefit concert for patients affected by the cholera epidemic at the time. He was so mesmerized by Paganini's ability to blend musicality and virtuosity on the violin that he sought to become the Paganini of the piano. This influence is best showcased in Liszt's Etudes of Transcendent Execution based on Paganini, which were later transformed into the much more playable Grand Paganini Etudes published in 1851, which, to no one's surprise, are also much more played compared to their more difficult counterparts from 1838. When you compare these differing versions, there are two things that will jump out. The first one is, holy shit, there are two La Campanellas? And the second is that Liszt absolutely nerfed the fourth etude, of which there are two versions in the 1838 publication. The 1851 version is essentially just a straight transcription of the original piece, Caprice for Solo Violin No. 1. The 1838 versions, on the other hand, are jam-packed with brilliant ideas, and, of course, virtuosity. If you're able to play them, you'll definitely feel like Paganini on the piano. Here's the thing though, people's comments around this etude are so annoying. Why is that? Because a lot of people say this etude is impossible to play at tempo. What? What do they mean by that? I mean, the original Paganini Caprice is an andante, and Liszt's version is an andante quasi-allegretto. Seems pretty possible to me, especially when you consider that neither Paganini nor Liszt assigned tempo markings that would suggest that these pieces are impossible to play at tempo. So what has people saying that Liszt's arrangement is unplayable? I'm sorry to say this, but I guess people either aren't reading or aren't thinking. People see demi-semiquavers and instantly think, huh, gotta be presto. And they either neglect or maybe just don't know that andante means at a walking pace. And I get it, when I say people, I'm including myself as well. Growing up, I was taught that andante meant slow, but not as slow as adagio. However, I have to thank Alijan Swinej for showing us what this piece sounds like at an actual andante pace. Notice, also, how it's way harder to ricochet the bow on the violin at this much slower tempo. Suddenly, Liszt's arrangement doesn't look so insane anymore, which is fine, because at a slower tempo, you can actually hear and appreciate the details he adds. Not to mention, how the fuck are you supposed to meaningfully play this at presto? Look guys, I get it, Paganini probably made a deal with the devil to achieve his skills and his legacy. But let's not get blinded by spectacle and virtuosity when it comes to simple words on a page. The instructions are there, the music is there. There are other instances where Paganini tells you to play ricochet bowing at presto. But that is not the challenge in this Caprice, nor is it reflected in Liszt's Etude. If you want a real challenge, try Paganini's Caprice at andante, or try to bring out the finer details of the Liszt Etude. That is your ticket to coming closer to their musicality.